I need to have my stuff organized, but that's all right.
It's an old custom that Rod Powell started basically in his neck shop.
Okay.
And he did this car back in early 80s.
Okay.
And then I was at one of the events or something, somebody told, hey, that old car is for sale. I said, what are you talking about? Anyway, it took me a year to track it down. It's one of those ones where I was just going to touch the paint up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Whose hair?
That's mine. A long time ago, but yeah. No, that thing came out pretty good. Evo motor. Magnetti Morelli on an Evo is they do make a kit where you can go from fuel injection to carbureted on a twin cam, but that's because they use the cam sensor, right? Well, on the Evo, the cam sensor doesn't put out enough voltage to regulate the spark. So what we ended up having to do was put a 5-wire ignition in it from Dynatech and convert it over that way.
Read the breakdown on the new 131-inch bike that comes out.
Yeah.
It's just coming out, you know. You ought to read the break. It's like, I didn't even know what they were talking about. I mean, the head work and all this shit, and it's all part of that. They're building 131 of the 131
cubic inch. Yeah.
That's what, 110 grand.
Yeah, it makes, dude.
But well, you know, come they're doing the whole thing just
for racing.
Huh?
For racing. I know, for the bagger racing. That's
so now
because
they got a stock.
Well, exactly, because, okay, so I actually went down to Laguna Seca. I rode down to Laguna Seca and we were watching the bagger races. Do you know who Brian Turfree is?
Yeah.
All right, so I was at Brian's and we're talking and we're doing whatever. And me and Adam were like, well, we would like to kind of get into it. And we were trying to look at the rules or whatever. Yeah, the reason is because Harley is allowed to run 131 cubic inches, but they have to have so many of them made, right? That's also why they came out with the VVTI.
Right.
Right? For race, yeah.
They just signed a 3-year deal, Harley did, with somebody, and they're going to put on 6 new races.
Okay.
Bagger. So they're really getting into this bagger thing.
Well, I'll tell you this, they needed to, because when we went down to Laguna Seca, if it wasn't for the baggers, it would have been, there was hardly any fans there for the other stuff, which sucked because I liked watching the MotoGP.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool. But the other thing, like,
relate.
Yeah, because they're able to ride their own bike.
See, that's what happened to the XR 750. Harley quit making it.
Yeah.
But they wanted everybody to go to the mile race. Well, nobody can relate to that bike because it's not available.
Yeah.
The last motor they built was 1983.
Oh, for
XRs. Yeah, and Don Tilley, who in fact, his bikes were beating the factory bikes. He said the problem is you buy one of those brand new motors and you got to go completely through it because it's so far outdated now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this was years ago when he was telling me that. So.
Well, that's the funny thing, because when you watch the bagger races, right? Like Harley has to do up to 131. Indian's only limited to 112. Yeah. That's as big as Indian can go because they're water cooled, they're overhead cam, right? Yeah. So
yeah, no, it's all part. It made sense when I finally found out that they were sponsoring, so many more.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this was Marcos was asking me, I said I want a dark candy green. Oh, okay.
Did he add this body line?
No, that was there. I don't like it. That's a Bill Reisner tradition from the guy in Concord.
Okay.
He's done up to so many Mercs and stuff. It got to where custom guys would, like, you had to do
custom stuff.
Gotcha.
But
part of it.
In fact, when I got it, it had 2 chrome teeth sticking out of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily like the teeth, but.
So I reupholstered this. I mean, we did everything.
Oh yeah, man! I'm telling you, the pinstripes. He does, bro. Those pinstripes, and I'm telling you, the crazy thing is, so like these, I could get away with doing this. I could get away with doing some of that, but all this, all the Von Dutch.
I mean, he did the body
work. That's crazy.
Him and his crew, and now he's got a full-time mechanic in the shop too.
Okay.
So he did all the new updates on everything because we upgraded the whole. It's this one's also on a Trans Am front clip and a forward and the back and the whole bit.
Yeah.
But I don't like you know how guys will take the brass radiator and polish them?
Yeah.
I always make these covers. This is just a cover.
It's cover. Okay, now the fiberglass work. Do you do the fiberglass work, or do you have the fiberglass work done?
No, this is metal.
No, I meant like on the bike.
No, that's the way it came.
Oh, you actually had that.
That's the company bike from Harley Davidson.
So that's actually Harley work?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, I had to sign all these.
Yeah.
You can't believe with Harley. They got to get the fucking attorneys in on everything, you know, how you're going to do it and how this and that, and Harley's not responsible, you know, you crash and burn. Oh, fuck, it's just, anyway, no, that was primered, ready to go.
Oh, shit, okay.
And then I just sent it to Jesse, and Jesse made me the frame.
The frame?
Yeah, to fit that, you know, that chassis. Yeah. He made all the brackets and stuff for them.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always been a collector?
Pardon?
Have you always been a collector?
Well, that's one way of putting it.
Oh man, is this alligator up on here?
Collector. Huh?
Did you put alligator on the dash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't your car? The dash
no, it's not.
On the door panels.
Yeah, no, that's cool, man.
This paint is over 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's deep.
And you know as well, if you want to buckle your painter's knees, just say, "Oh, just paint it black."
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, that, and I can tell you guys buffed the crap out of this thing too.
Still
man.
in great shape.
Yeah, it is. No, but yeah, that's like actually. So one of the bikes I did when I was trying to go to a show, I specifically painted it black on the side. So for me, when you do a Harley, the Harley tank, the prime real estate is actually right there on that corner where you come around the curve, right where they put the Harley logo. Right? To me, that's number one. So normally when you would do a bike, you will paint it, and then that's where you would put like your color or whatever. And I did it the opposite. I ended up actually having the black right there so it could get the most reflective that you can. And then I put the colors and stuff up on top.
Willie told me one time, we were talking about, you know, when I was building the custom bike, because I was a dealer for 30 years. But he told me, he says, when he does the bikes, of course, you don't see it as much now. There's two main things. The beauty of the bike, the motor, and then the tank. He said that the shape of that tank has to stay. No matter what I do, I'm going to have that shape of that tank on there. And it had a lot to do with reflection.
Yes.
You know?
Yep. No, I get that. Yeah, I like the vent. Dude, this thing's cool. You got a lot of cool stuff, man.
This thing going down the road 80, 90, whatever speed you want with that Morrison chassis, it's NASCAR underneath, really. I went to Santa Maria for the West. Anyways, coming out of there, going into Salinas, and I'm doing close to 100. All of a sudden, it's just, what the fuck? So I start to slow down. I get it down to about 60, and the right front blew.
Oh, the tire?
Yeah, it had a bubble on the inside. I never saw it.
Oh, shit, okay.
Now I remember previously at around 60 to 63 miles an hour, the car would shake. You go faster, which is fine with me.
It goes away.
Yeah, it went away. But now I realize it had a fucking blister.
That's crazy. Well, that's cool, man.
What year is this one?
Pardon?
What year is this one?
32. Brookville body. I think Brookville's built more roadsters than Ford did.
Probably. Well, it's like for me, man, my actual number one car, if I could only choose one, would have been the Shelby Roadster. I really like that one.
Look at this. Got this. Yeah, there we go. Do it here. Oh, that was a magazine article on it. There we go.
Oh, there's your chassis, huh? Oh, shit, yeah.
We welded everything to the frame, so what I hate about it, and I was, like I said, big friends with Brizio, and they make some of the nicest standard hot rods, you know. The problem is frames do this all
They
the
flex.
time. So Steve Mole did all this for me. We did the tube chassis. This is welded. That's welded. That's welded. So nothing moves when you go down the road. Nothing like this. And this car I did in '05. And this stuff is, like this, but watch.
Oh yeah.
How many cars, those things. The famous thing with these cars is they pinch you. Going
Okay.
down the road, that everything's moving, and you get pinched in that way if you had
Put your arm out. Okay.
Yeah. But how low you sit in this thing is because the chassis is down the middle, the support, and then you sit down. I'm sitting on the ground, basically.
Yeah.
But I drive it to LA, like for LA Roadster Show. It's
No problems, huh?
120, 130, like it's nothing.
That's cool, man.
Then I had Diamondback make me these tires, white walls on front, both sides. That's not a motorcycle tire. See the white wall on it?
On the other side. Yeah, actually, it was pretty cool. We found a place, a tire place over in Stockton. They actually take the tires and they cut the tires for the white wall to make the white wall whiter.
Well, what's better with Diamondback, they bond it on. So you have no cuts in the tire.
Gotcha.
So it's like an exterior patch
These
put
are
on.
Toyota
Yeah.
tires.
Toyota tires?
Yeah.
And they just bond that on?
And they grind down all the names and all that shit. Yeah. But when I was a kid, see, I first started in the cars in the 50s, we would put a porta-wall on the front of a Roadster on the inside.
Is that like the flexible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would vibrate like a motherfucker, but,
But it
but it
worked.
was cool. You had, because you were dressing the front wheel up, is what you're trying to do.
Gotcha. Yeah,
These
no.
are fake.
Okay.
Make it look like it's a stock frame.
Yeah, no, because I got that on my Dodge, and I'm actually wanting to keep it. So on mine, what I'm wanting to do is for the front end, I almost want to box the frame in and then chop that section out, weld the new frame in, but then keep that because I want to keep it in the front because mine actually have all the fenders and everything. And so, but we'll see how far I get.
Springer headlights off of Harley Springer. And,
That's
and
pretty
the turn
cool.
signals are Harley
Yeah.
aftermarket.
Yeah. I've seen those little bullet style ones.
What's that?
The bullet style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. We have one guy in Oakdale. He drives an older truck, and it's like his exhaust or whatever. We put the Harley mufflers on it to quiet it down for him a little bit. Because, he's got his just V8, but it's just hell, I think it only comes out. Yeah, it's only sitting like, that far out.
That's what we worked real. I didn't want any of that showing. Everything tucks underneath. Nothing's lower than the frame, and all the exhaust goes through the frame and then out the back.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
And the metals, the top is metal. The lift off,
Okay.
like the Carson top.
Okay.
So they bring the-
Is that your old mugshot photo there? The one with the glasses and the
Why
beard?
does everybody think that's a mugshot? I had American choppers for 10 years before I bought the first Harley shop in '80. So I started that in 1970.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Do you see his photo behind the other one? Is the one I'm talking about with his long hair and his glasses?
Oh, now I see.
That's all. That's why
I'm like,
because
what
he
are you
was asking
talking
me about my hair, so I was like, let me see it. Yeah. Okay.
That's
Definitely
when
a Harley
I
guy.
first ran in because I was building custom bikes, and the boys,
Yeah,
Sonny had all the guys at Oakland chapter sign that and give it to me.
that's cool.
Yeah. One of them, I had a run in with one of the young members. This is when I was, had the Harley shop in Oakland, and he had something with the service manager. Oh, you don't fucking, you don't deserve that fucking picture and all. And I'm looking at him, but I see two more members. I ain't saying shit. They jump in, get on one, you get on all. So he takes a picture and leaves. I said, go ahead, take it. 2 days later, he came back and, where do you want me to hang it? Sonny told me to bring it back. I said, where you got it from?
Yep. I didn't even notice this, man. You got 3 brake reservoirs?
Yeah. Front brake, rear brake, and powers and what the hell's wrong with me? Clutch.
Okay.
Hydraulic clutch on it too.
Okay. No, that's cool.
And we left the old lines to make it look like it, but this is the computer.
Oh, and the fuel
We
rail?
used the old Hillborn bodies.
Okay.
Fuel-injected bodies.
Okay.
Putting out a little over 400 and something horse.
Yeah.
Oh, this motor, because I became friends with him with the hot rod, and we did some Harley stuff. Vic Edelbrock,
Okay.
he built this motor for me.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It's a 383 stroker, and it is an ass kicker.
I bet. Man. There's no clearance on that exhaust either. Holy hell.
It's different.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the steering. So because on mine, because right now I told you I was wanting to do a Maserati, right? But for right now I have a Ford 302 in it.
The steering box.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah. No, that's crazy.
He brought his little dog. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what I was talking about though, because what I've been trying to do on mine is because my exhaust is like this, but my steering box, it was the original steering box was in the back.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a steering box that has rack and pinion where the steering's in the back of it instead of in the front. But I was like, well, if I did go in the front, then I could use the linkage like they did there.
They make them now too. You can mount it clear up on the firewall.
For what?
And they got an angle box on it.
Okay.
I think who makes that. I don't know. I think Flaming River makes it. Look in their catalog.
Flaming River? Hold on.
Yeah, they make all the cut down steering columns and all that. There's even an electric power steering now.
Well, no, I mean, it makes sense.
And then your steering box is nothing but a kind of a switch.
Yeah, well, I mean, it makes sense. That's like the newer cars. You don't actually, the newer cars don't have that.
No.
It's literally electric wires, and that's all they do. And so,
Hot rod
yeah.
industry's got it too.
Yeah.
Special shocks we had, and then we made covers to make them look old.
Okay.
You know, to give it that older look in the front.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the way you did it, man. Those almost look like PM brakes.
Yeah.
Although I like how it comes out here. I've never seen that. Normally it'll come, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You come out here. I've never seen it directly in the middle.
There's a lot of one-off stuff on this. I'm not with the Mole. I don't know if you ever Mole Coach Builders on Oakland. He's done he did all my body bikes and stuff too.
Okay.
And other cars and trucks for me. And he's probably one of the top 5 in the nation as far as complete. He could build that car and it'd start life as nothing but 4x8 sheets of aluminum.
Gotcha.
That's the kind of guy he is. I mean, I took a friend of mine to see the car one time at the show and showing him the car, and we opened the door and said, wow, where did he get the doors to do this? He made them. How many times I got to tell you?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, do you know?
A double bubble top like those Alphas had.
Okay.
Mole is unbelievable.
Well, that's like there's actually a guy in Denair. Have you ever heard of Punch 84?
Mm-hmm.
The guy in Denair. That's not his name. I think it's. Anyway, I can't.
What about what's his name in Southern Cal? He built all of Rick Door's cars too. But him and his dad over the years, they build complete. I went to him about building a car and taking a 36 Farrington and having him build. Change what I wanted done and here. He looked at me with, I only build complete cars.
Like, okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, no, that's some cool stuff, man. So, all right, well, I won't keep you all day.
Well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to get the forklift and move the trailer?
Ask him.
No, I already got some footage of it. I want to take
It's
a
a
couple.
difficult one to shoot. I know.
It is. All those flat panels.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I just want to get some more pictures with my camera, and then if you have time, you want to talk about it, maybe the trailer process, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a trailer, but
1990.
Well, the process of like.
going through here, what you
I've
like,
had
don't like.
numerous trailers since, and they've came apart because of traveling back east, and
Yeah.
that's a composite trailer. They still make that trailer. They're still in Sacramento, still at the same location, and they actually have a remodel or rebuild program.
Hi, how you doing?
Their old TPT trailer back to them,
Boy
and
or
they'll
girl?
Little boy.
doors and
Yeah.
whatever it needs.
Okay.
Yeah, the little mini dots. Yeah.
We can have a showdown.
Checking each other up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see.
They're having a showdown.
Oh, I know you now. Yeah, let me put my nose in your butt.
Uh-huh. This little trailer I bought like one of those little single axle with the drop down. Because I bought that, and then I would put the Harley or the motorcycle chocks up in front, and that way I could load two bikes up side by side. And that's what I ended up using.
No, I couldn't
You know.
ask for better business deal than with you. Remember, be here at 1 o'clock, Bob. That kind of stuff, and there come be 2
Oh, yeah.
weeks. You were shy though. You were a little quicker than 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, well,
But anyway, no, I
Well,
couldn't
yeah.
ask for better service.
pretty well, and
And
that's
even when I talk to your people,
well, everybody, dude. I got a really cool crew. Everybody is absolutely awesome. I couldn't ask
it
for
was
better guys
good.
to work
No,
with.
It was a good experience.
So,
Very
well,
good
thank you.
experience.
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. So you didn't just show up, you called me on the phone, right? And then when you called me on the phone, I told you that we actually had to wait a little bit, that I couldn't take you in right away. Was that a good thing for you, bad thing?
Well, being as I wasn't doing anything with the trailer, it was a good thing. But it was a good thing because it told me you're busy.
Yeah, that helps.
You know, I want to go to a place and think, where is everybody? And the guy's in the office with his feet up on the desk. No, that ain't me. No, I would like that. And the time factor was right, remember? And you kept calling me. That was another good thing. Surprised me that day. You coming today? Well, yeah, well, yeah. In fact, I was loading up the trailer at the time. Yeah.
Okay.
No, very good experience.
Well, right on. Thank you. I appreciate
There's
it, Bob.
more to it than just getting something done.